Hey, so here's another part of how to get over social anxiety disorder, and there are many parts and different situations and different solutions, but these are things that I've noticed and witnessed and things that have sort of helped for me. This video is about the idea that you really need to get out of situations with toxic people or people who make you feel bad about yourself. Something I've noticed is that for a number of people I've known, they have had mental health issues or social anxiety disorder, and the moment they left a bad situation, they got a lot better. And for instance, I am friends with someone online who had severe anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder specifically, and had trouble going places, leaving the house, had to drop out of college, everything really bad. But what I was noticing is that they wrote about at home they had huge problems with their family and their parents, and so and especially their siblings, and very dangerous, stressful, very anxiety-inducing situation. And so she, like a while ago, she moved out of the house and she found a really nice boyfriend and just found a way out. And since then, she's been doing worlds better. She got a job and she's doing okay with that. She's doing things she enjoys. She's happy. And it doesn't get rid of your anxiety, but that's something I noticed, is that in her case, getting out of that situation was a big deal. And in my case, I can't really say that I have been able to have that situation happen because there's still a lot of things I'm going through and overcoming, but I did notice that just since I've been living on my own, my anxiety has been getting better and better. Like some of the improvements I've noticed are I can do a lot of things I used to not be able to do. Like I can just all the physical symptoms that used to come with doing certain activities are a lot less than they used to be. I mean, occasionally still things will pop up, like I'll turn bright red for some weird reason or get a bit nervous, but the severity of it is a lot better, a lot less extreme. So, like, a lot of people seem to have roots in their social anxiety disorder based on the people around them and their influence in their lives. Like, my social anxiety disorder is rooted from my family because a number of my family members also had anxiety sorts of symptoms and anxiety disorders. So, and also the way they look at the world through that lens of anxiety gave me the same anxiety they had. So, basically being in that situation and living with that, anything that you kind of try and move on from starts just re-happening in your head because you get so used to living through a certain mindset that is given to you or being surrounded by a certain mindset that it's really difficult to not be a part of that. And it's very unfortunate for people who are stuck in bad situations because it is extremely difficult to overcome when you're surrounded by negative things and people who basically encourage the behavior. It's kind of like how when someone's trying to quit smoking, if everyone around them is smoking, it's almost impossible to quit. You have to separate yourself from the situations and separate yourself from other people who do these bad activities. So when you're around all these family members who either make you feel bad about yourself or they give you anxiety, then it's a lot harder. So I think it's an important goal to, if you have trouble getting over your anxiety, just working on it itself, try and think of all the ways you can improve your life situation, improve your happiness. Be it if you're stuck in a really crappy job that gives you a lot of unhappiness, trying to find a new job that's better. Basically, anything that you think could help your life outlook is a huge, important thing. And finding ways to get away from the people who make you feel bad about yourself. So, my anxiety is ongoing, and has ceased in some ways through time, as I said. But a main reason why my anxiety couldn't go away is because I've had a lot of issues in my life. Like recently, like why I might look not as good lately, unless you just don't like the hair. But I just got done with finals at my first quarter of college, like official college anyway, and so I'm really tired. And then on top of that, I just went through a separation with my spouse, which is loads of fun. But you know, I don't know what will happen with that or if it'll work out. That's a very current event that's going on and ending soon. So we're going to see what happens in our lives. But a major reason why I haven't been able to improve further is because our issues were a huge distraction from me improving myself and being happier. And so, like, we love each other very much and such, but it was very draining on my happiness because basically there wasn't an equal balance of who does what, and there wasn't much responsibility on his end about basically doing things I enjoy for once, kind of thing, like going out and doing things that I find fun and making it a priority to enjoy things that I enjoy. Kind of a extreme laziness. So, you know, that's a really heavy thing to deal with, and you know, it's been 4 years in living together. So because of my outlook on things and this kind of denial, I guess, it was very hard for me to realize that there were issues that weren't acceptable, and it just took me like trying and trying until breaking point to realize that this is just crap, you know, and I shouldn't have to be going through this, and it's just way too exhausting and not fair to me. And so it's the kind of thing where I had to make an ultimatum that it has to change now, or else it's just, I can't, you know, it's not possible, it shouldn't keep going this way. Basically, it's the kind of thing where my spouse has major mental health issues himself, so I could wait for my spouse to get better, but it would take years, and by then, like, my life would be shattered because I would just be like a caretaker, and you know, my life doesn't revolve around someone else like that, and that's just not the way to live. So instead of being able to focus on me getting better and being very happy and being confident and just doing things that really encourage me, I was bogged down by this kind of trapped feeling, I guess you could say, of having to live my life around what someone else likes and dislikes and it just doesn't want to do or is too whiny about, you know, or just too lazy to do. So that really prevented me from doing as much as I could, and I think it was almost a subconscious kind of weight on me that prevented me from being able to get more confident. So, I mean, it takes a wake-up call sometimes for these things, so it'll either end or not end, so that'll be interesting, but if it continues, I think it would get a lot better because it's the point where there's no more denial, there's no more excuses, there's complete understanding of what's going on and why it wasn't okay to do. Basically, his mental health issues are something he has to push through just to live a normal life with me. And, you know, to be able to push through my own issues, I have to have kind of an equal level of effort. So, relationships can unfortunately also be a barrier towards your success because if you're in a stressful or not very happy relationship, you're going to be so absorbed in fixing your problems in your relationship or marriage that you just won't have any time to work on yourself. And so I'm kind of disappointed by that because I could have been so much further if I was in a happier situation. But as I said, just in a few days I'll find out if that's continuing or ending. Well, sort of. I'll figure out at least if there's any hope for that because the separation will end. And so that should be interesting. But yeah, so the point is, I guess, just your situation matters, and it's not all about just you. You are affected by your surroundings and what kind of life you lead, and if you're not happy with your life, you gotta make it better, and there's always a way to make it better. It's not easy, and it's not always very reachable for all of us, but there's at least small improvements you can make in the way you live. If you're unhappy with something, if you're unhappy with your life, living situation, work, family members, there's always an escape route for people. So take it and find yourself a good scenario that will allow you for healthy recovery. Yep.